Hello and welcome to the final episode of our analysis of communicated narrative sense-making and other theories and film and the world around us. In this video, we're going to explore how the communication theory of transcendent interactions connects to CNSM, films, and the world. And I'm pretty sure you all know what CNSM is by now, so let's get right to the theory. Just kidding. I'm almost certain you know what CNSM is by now, but for the sake of consistency, let's talk about it one more time. Communicated narrative sense-making theory is a theory that ties storytelling and human health and well-being together. The components of storytelling that are essentially and especially important are conversations with our closest friends and family. Within these conversations, we grow together, feel emotional together, and really bond through thick and thin. Some would argue that these powerful conversations we occasionally have are transcendent or beyond the normal range of human experience, that then transform our lives through making meaning. Let's take a closer look at transcendent interactions through today's theory. The theory of transcendent interactions is an exploration of a fairly rare phenomenon, which is described as the greatest human experience, a magnificent conversation, and even getting in the zone with someone else. These transcendent interactions are defined as intense conversational engagements that include a sense of deep mutual understanding and insight. These interactions are made possible by four properties: receptivity, or the conversational attentiveness and immersion, comprehension and understanding, or the perception of the meaning and perspective of one's conversational partner, exploration and insight, or how fairly routine interactions are unlikely to spark these incredible conversations, and connection and sharedness, or the joint participation in a conversation. This theory also has numerous principles, some of which we will examine further in when we examine film and real-world applications. For empirical research, though, I was able to find shockingly little about this theory. It is quite complicated and a fairly rare phenomenon, which was said already, so this could be why there is so little research on it. The paper I found, though, is titled Transcendent Storytelling: Abilities for Systemic Practitioners and Their Clients, authored by Pearce and Pearce. This article looked at the lives of systemic practitioners, or individuals trained in family and systemic psychotherapy, as they examined how family narratives are affected by different individuals' perspectives on an identical situation. Generally, they classified individuals as storytellers who were literalists, or those who adhered to facts and reports, symbolizers, or those who emphasized areas of potential meaning, social constructionists, or those who celebrate the power of language and descriptions of our world through individuals, and transcendent storytellers, who recognize the previous three styles and create interplay within them. The paper also emphasized the cycle of storytelling, which we can see on the right here, but also in the stories that we have yet to hear, and have yet to be told. This is called the LUUUTT model, or the LUT model, where we see lived stories, unknown stories, untold stories, unheard stories, told stories, and telling stories, as it comes to narrative sharing. Their main finding was that because our stories are sometimes not shared or heard, that results in a tension between the stories of others and our own stories, and it takes a great courage to be open enough to hear those stories, see the truth in them, and live with the potential contradictions that may be present between those truths. Now, let's connect this theory, also called TTI, to CNSM theory. The first connection I found was how the transcendent storyteller in the article is inherently aware of the narrative and is able to distinguish themselves from the story they are telling. This creates a narrative that is nearly a third-person point of view with potentials for fourth wall breaking as well, which could allow for near objectivity around a certain situation. This is clearly above the normal standard for human storytelling. Next, there was once again heavy emphasis on mythology, spirituality, and religion, and how they can be tied to transcendent experiences. Human beings love to tell stories to make sense of things, and if we have a truly remarkable experience, we could look to these belief systems as a way to understand ourselves by connecting to a higher purpose or deeper meaning than most human beings can comprehend. Additionally, the connection of health and well-being to these kinds of interactions is implicit in the article and the textbook, but allow me to lay things out for you. When we have these rare interactions with those close to us, it opens the door for a truly life-changing and unforgettable conversation about who knows what. From this, our well-being could increase following these interactions, as we have deepened the bond we have already forged with others. But this rare phenomenon strengthened that connection through a truly above-average conversation. Let's get to our movie example, shall we? Our first scene comes from the Robin Williams classic Good Will Hunting, a rebirth narrative about the protagonist, Will, as he navigates his future based on his incredible potential. Let's watch this scene and then talk about it.
What is that?
This is your file. I have to send it back to the judge for evaluation.
Oh. Hey, you're not gonna fail me, are you? What's it say?
Want to read?
Why? Have you had any, experience with that?
20 years of counseling. Yeah, I've seen some pretty awful shit.
I mean, have you had any experience with that?
Personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
Sure ain't good.
My father was an alcoholic. Mean fucking drunk. He'd come home hammered, looking to wail on somebody. So I'd provoke him so he wouldn't go after my mother and little brother. Interesting nights were when he wore his rings.
Yeah, he used to just put a wrench, a stick, and a belt on the table and just say choose.
Well, I gotta go with the belt there, Vanna.
I used to go with the wrench.
Why the wrench?
Because fuck him, that's why.
Your foster father.
Yeah. So, what is it, like Will has an attachment disorder? Is it all that stuff? Fear of abandonment? Is that why I broke up with Skylar?
I didn't know you had.
Yeah, I did.
You want to talk about it?
No.
Hey, Will. I don't know a lot. You see this? All this shit. This is not your fault.
Yeah, I know that.
Look at me, son. It's not your fault.
I know.
It's not your fault.
I know.
No, you don't. It's not your fault.
I know.
It's not your fault.
All right.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Don't fuck with me. It's not your fault.
Don't fuck with me, all right? Don't fuck with me, Sean, not you.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Fuck them, okay?
We saw Will and his therapist have a meaningful conversation regarding an update about his current condition. However, Robin Williams' character is quick to change the subject from a rather dark topic and talk about how Will's relationship is going. This above-average conversation with deep insight, sharedness, and receptivity showcases the principles of discovery, or interpersonal breakthroughs, and abeyance, which are experiences that suppress self-relevant ruminations that could derail a powerful conversation to more superficial topics. Our next example of TTI and CNSM in film comes from the sci-fi quest narrative called Arrival. In this scene, the world is on the brink of war, but Amy Adams' character is able to literally transcend time to ensure that doesn't happen. Let's watch.
There's a sat line here dialing China. Here? What do you mean, here?
Come on, come on.
Whose phone is it? It's your phone, sir. Search base camp now. Find out who's using that phone. Hold on to those coordinates. Yes, sir.
What do I say? What do I say?
I will never forget what you said. What? You say? You told me my wife's dying words.
将军，
我在美国，兄弟。将军，您夫人给我托梦的，
妻子的言，你应凭着用
他说你应听去。
Found the source of the phone call. It's in the clean room. Waiting for instructions.
这勇气来帮助正确视觉。
What are you doing? What are you doing?
changing someone's mind. Can you buy me 20 seconds? No, trust me. Buy me 20 seconds. You trust me.
Okay.
You trust me.
将军，他会说，
Got your bags? Drop the phone now or we shoot.
战争不成就英雄，
Drop it!
Yeah. I'm sorry.
智慧留下光怒。
You are committing an act of treason.
Yes,
Drop it!
it's done. I'm done.
This powerful conversation led to the laying down of arms among warring countries, saving the world from mass bloodshed and loss. The principles present here are those of timely discovery, or situations where difficulties and resolution meet at the perfect time, and of resolution-based effect, which posits that we have an aha moment that leads to solving a complicated puzzle or problem. If you haven't seen this movie all the way through, by the way, I would highly recommend it, as the film itself is a transcendent interaction. Our last film example of the series comes from the final chapter in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, a quest and overcoming the monster narrative. Let's take a look at Gandalf's wisdom when it comes to dying and what comes next.
Didn't think it would end this way.
End? No, the journey doesn't end here. Death is just another path. One that we all must take. The grey rain curtain of this world rolls back, and all turns to silver glass. And then you see it.
What? Gandalf. See what?
White shores. And beyond. A far green country. Under a swift sunrise.
That isn't so bad.
No. No, it isn't.
Gandalf quickly flips the script on Pippin, a hobbit, when asked about what happens after his death. This interaction comforts Pippin as they are about to head into battle. This conversation would be unable to occur under most other circumstances, which showcases the rarity of transcendent interactions. Additionally, this scene showcases the principles of conjoint resolution, or where one person can both interfere and contribute meaningfully in a conversation to solve a problem, and of interpersonally driven resolution-based affect, which describes how positive emotional responses to proposed issue resolutions are a result of interpersonal dialogue. Finally, let's connect TTI and CNSM to the real world. The main connections to the real world for these two theories come from religion and spirituality, late-night chats with friends, and long-form podcast discussions. I bring up religion and spirituality again to emphasize how this could be seen as a route to transcendent stories and powerful emotional life changes. Millions, if not billions, of people have been shaped by religious experiences, so it would be a complete disservice not to mention it as an application of the theory of transcendent interactions. Then we have late-night chats with friends. These tend to go off the beaten path pretty quickly and often delve into deeper topics the later you stay up. I know I have personally experienced these interactions and sharing of stories with my close friends and family, and I hope you too will also be able to experience these one day if you haven't already. Finally, long-form podcasts are the ultimate version of the stream of consciousness, a gliding and natural process of conversation that can take you to so many different places. It is through these podcasts that we ourselves may gain knowledge we would not have known otherwise, as conversations that last for hours and hours often have golden nuggets of wisdom that can then be used as a MacGuffin to keep your story in a positive direction. Keep your story going in a positive direction, rather. Wow, we did it. We have just finished the story of communicated narrative sense-making theory and its remarkable connections to 6 other communication theories, numerous movies and TV shows, and of course, our very own world. In closing, we now know the power of storytelling, as it is found everywhere and in an infinite number of modes. Our life's depth depends on the richness of these stories, so we must learn to care for these narratives and use them to bolster the future generations of human beings. We have a responsibility to look after those who come after us, and through the power of story and storytelling, we can make seemingly small alterations to our current history that could one day shape the future of mankind for the better. Thank you for spending some of your time with me, and I hope you have enjoyed this story of stories. Now, I think you ought to go to sleep. So long. Grandpa? Yes? Thank you for telling me about all these communication theories. Who knew how communicated narrative sense-making connects to those theories, movies and TV, and even the world around us? Maybe you can come over and tell me about it again tomorrow? As you wish.